What up, what up, what up? I want to welcome everybody to the On the Map podcast. I'm your host, Coach Paul. That handsome young fellow over there is my co-host, Jay. Hey, and today's guest is a former Offensive Player of the Year, but is a standout receiver from San Pedro High School. We'd like to welcome Elias Redlew to the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Hey, man. Thank you for joining the show. But first, we'd like to congratulate you on your recent commitment to Colgate College, bro. That's a big step. And then we also want to give you a big shout out. If for you guys that don't know, Elias is a 3-star athlete, but currently is in basketball season. And they just beat George Washington Prep to make it to the LA City Section Open Division semifinals. So we want to wish you a good luck against Palisades, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you for taking your time out of your day.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. And if you guys aren't on the X, look up Elias Redlew and see the highlight of him just yamming one home the other day, man. Boys got boosties.
Yeah.
Yakum.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's kick this
Through
off.
your career at San Pedro, we've all seen the tremendous growth that you've had. You went from only playing 3 games as a sophomore to being one of the team's major contributors on offense and also being a leader this past season. Can you tell us how that transition took place?
Well, yeah, I played only a few games my sophomore year, grew from that, learned this pace, saw the speed of the game, and really the transition to becoming a bigger leader is just taking more reps, asking more questions, spending more time with coaches, watching more film, working out harder, and really just like realizing what it takes to become better at your sport or anything you do in general.
Nice. I like that answer, man. Well versed. This is a well versed young man. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
2024, you were also named Open Division Offensive Player of the Year. Can you tell us a little bit on what it felt like to get that award?
Honestly, that award showed me how much putting the work in really gets you to the place where you need to be, putting the work in, going hard every day, trusting your coaches, trusting your teammates, and trusting your support system that they're going to give you the best opportunity. And I believed in all of them, walked my path with God, and he really just showed me what I could do, and that's what helped me achieve that big goal.
nice. I like that. Before we get into last year's season, I want to go back a couple seasons. You were part of a team that went to an Open Division Finals, and we all know what controversy went on with that, right? So having something like that happen to Norbon take place, how did that make you feel as a player?
Honestly, as a player, not just me, but I would say the whole team, we kind of felt cheated. Me and all my teammates were really homegrown. We've played sports together our whole lives, playing at Peck Park or playing at Bogdanovich, and we all really built a bond throughout the years. So, we saw the other teams bringing in people from out of state, all this crazy stuff, but all things happen for a reason. We really built from it the next few years. And, this last year's team, we took a chip on our shoulder and we knew we had to improve on all the little details that even when we played the game, it didn't matter. There's still little details we could build on, and that was just the next step.
As a coach on the outside, right, just hearing your response, it makes me think, because you're actually going into the season, like you said, you saw all these players coming in. And as a team, knowing that you're eventually going to have to cross paths and didn't shy away, and it still gave you the motivation, like, yo, we're going to make a run. If we see him, we see him, and it is what it is. And obviously the outcome was the outcome, right? I'm not worried on the outcome. It's just your mindset, guys. Like, your mindset and the team's mindset is kind of cool to hear, where it's just like, yeah, we knew about it, but, hey, we still had to lace them up and play. So that's really cool to hear.
Of course, still went out there, had 2 touchdowns, had 100-something yards. My team in the beginning, we were really fighting. After those first few drives, I was like, we're in this.
Yeah.
And then, it just got out of hand. But we still really put some things in together that season. And I really think that season was a big improvement for me as a player, but for me as a leader, and for me as like a teammate, and as also as like a student, learning from all the coaches, learning from my other players and stuff like that. So, it was a big step for this year.
That's a very mature answer, You didn't really you took and you're right. I'll get to your second point where you kind of you mentioned your stats in that game. I'll get into that in a little bit, but yeah, it's a very very tricky situation as a player to. To be quite frank, I've never had. I'm sure Coach Paul, when he was playing, he never had a situation like that where he quite literally saw, I guess you could say, a super team being built from a school 10, 15 minutes away.
Facts.
But yeah, I mean, I guess an interesting take is like you guys in San Pedro and just the Marine League in general. If you look at, and this isn't necessarily a question, this is more of a statement for the audience and the viewers. If you look at kind of the landscape of SoCal high school football in general, in terms of transfers and the cracking down of transfers, and a lot of light being brought onto the unethical ways of a lot of these transfers. In my opinion, I said it a while ago. I'm not sure if I said it on the show or just in private talking with Coach Paul, but that whole Marine League situation where you guys chose, to not play them in league, Narbonne High School, as a part of a boycott, that really was the first domino to fall when we talk about these transfers and the money man being brought up and all these other things. So, the game happened how it happened. But yes, now let me get to my second point. I remember, and this was on the show for sure, one of the first things I mentioned about the city section final 2 years ago was actually you, Elias. I had mentioned that even though the score was what it was, I had mentioned you twice. I was like, Elias gave Ernest Nunley, who by the way is now at Michigan. He's a DB at Michigan. He was a 3-star, graduated at Western, but he's really a Narbonne alum. But anyways, you were giving him the work. As you said,
Yeah, yeah.
I know you guys were
Business.
up in the first quarter, and yeah, you were giving it work. So you were for sure one of the players I gave flowers to on the San Pedro side when I was reviewing the city section open division final 2 years ago. So it's funny you
Yeah.
brought that up because I totally forgot about that moment. I
Yeah,
guess
I
that game.
appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. I try to do the best of my ability, no matter what the circumstances are.
Yes, sir. You definitely showed out this season. You showed out as well. You finished the season with 65 receptions, almost 1,200 yards. Sorry, almost 1,200 yards. What was your mindset going into the season?
Honestly, we have a thing. We have a saying in the locker room. It's called "last one, best one."
Mm,
No matter if it's the last rep of your lift, the last week of school, the last the last rep in conditioning. We all go all out for the last one, and I think that was my mentality because a lot of people don't get to play high school football, and I had the opportunity to do what I did during the season, so I really just kept playing, having fun with my boys for the last time, and I really just saw that we knew we were a good team, so I knew I had to go out there and ball out for them.
Hey man, and that you definitely did. Honestly, like as I'm coaching and as we're doing it, like we talk, me and Jay talk all like we talk every week. Like me and Jay talk all the time. So
Hmm.
we're talking about stuff and we're talking about like we see you creeping up, we see you creeping up, we see you creeping up. Then we see you taking a little bit of a lead, and I'm just like, yo, he's going nuts right now.
Yeah,
And Jay was like, did you expect anything less? I was like, no, I did not. But he's going off against these teams, man. Like
yeah,
the first half of your schedule, to see the numbers you were doing, I was like, oh man, this kid is a baller. Like, so flowers on that from my part, because
appreciate it.
we watched for
I
sure. We
appreciate you.
watched. Hey, so I know Jay's about to get into the whole, like your whole commitment thing.
Yes.
I want to ask before he gets into the commitment thing, how stressful is it?
I mean, okay, so look, most people get caught up on like, I'm not like throwing shade or anything, but most people like, from what I know, they get caught up on like their ego. They're like, oh, I'm so good. Like I should be getting offers from this place, offers from this place, offers from this place. But I knew myself that I put the time in to my grades,
Yeah.
especially. It's student athlete, the students first. I got to put my grades in. But then it's really just trusting your ability, trusting God. There's a place for everybody, and I just
I
knew
feel
that
it.
I knew I was going to end up somewhere, whether it was D2, D1, D3. I didn't matter JUCO. I
Yeah.
mean, wherever I was supposed to end up at is where I was supposed to end up at, and it's stressful, but it's not like, oh my gosh, like pulling your hair out stressful. It's like
All
I
right.
really just want to know where I'm going to be in the future.
Yeah. So I really asked that question just to give like because there's quite a few young men that watch this show that are going to be in your shoes or are in your shoes, and hearing it from a peer is always different than hearing it from an adult.
Yeah, of course. Never doubt yourself. Always put yourself first, of course, and
Yeah.
post on Twitter and stuff like that. Put especially your homework again. Do your homework. Like
Yeah.
it's the biggest thing. My parents taught me that early. They held me out of school one year. I think like fourth grade in sports. Because they was like, you're not playing unless you get your grades up. I got like
That's right.
A C on something. They was like, you're not playing unless you get your grades up. So
Yeah.
that was really just a good lesson, and I mean, it just shows the discipline of you as a person and how you're going to take that discipline into sports in the future.
That's right.
As Coach Paul mentioned in the intro, you committed to Colgate College, which not only is a FCS, so a Division One football program. It isn't officially Ivy League, but it's something like Ivy League in terms of how rigorous the academic is at that institution. So congratulations, props as well. Can you
Thank
tell
you.
us, how it felt to finally decide on what school you're going to attend next year, and also, kind of, I guess I'm rewording what Coach Paul originally asked, like how hard
Yeah.
it was. I just kind of want to know what school was the closest, because I know you had Portland State, Delaware State, you had a D2 as well, and I'm sure you were in frequent communication with other coaches as well. So a bit of a mouthful right there.
Well, yeah, it was kind of going slow at the time. I was trying to get back in contact with the Delaware State and Portland State coaches, and it was kind of going slow. Portland
Hmm.
State season didn't go so well, so like they weren't responding as much. And then Delaware State, it kind of just went like, I don't want to say he would go ghost, but it was kind of like it was really slow. Like he just slowly stopped responding.
It happens sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but I just knew that I was going to end up somewhere, like I said before. So I just kept pushing, and then uh, one of the coaches, Coach Warner, he hit me up while I was in the airport on the way to New York, which had to be a crazy sign.
Right.
I was in the airport on the way to New York, and he was like, "We have a spot opening up, and we really want to take you." And from there, they treated me like family. A few of the players followed me and stuff. They were like, "We really want to have you here. The coaches are talking about you. We really want you to be out here." And that family, like the brotherhood, felt like here. So I was really like that. That had to be a sign, and that's how I knew that I was going to end up there.
Nice. Hey, as a coach, I'm gonna give you with you going so far from home, right?
Super far.
Don't regret your decision. Don't. Don't shy away from the moment. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be intimidated by the new environment. Don't come back. Once you get out there, especially at that level, hey, utilize what the tools you've built from the time you started this till now. Keep your faith in God, keep your relationship with your parents, make good friends, and I'm telling you, you will not once you develop those four, bro, there's no looking back, bro, and the sky is the limit, man. That is my one thing that I've been wanting to tell you all day. Like when I first thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm kicking some game to him. So that's my piece of advice to you, man, because the sky's the limit for you, brother.
I appreciate it. Well, yeah, I had just talked about this with my mom. Sunday night, we were talking about how I'm gonna go so far, and I'm gonna be far from family. I'm gonna be far from everything I know.
Yep.
But going out there is really just like a new chapter, and
Yep.
like I really sat down and thought about it. I was like, yeah, I'll be so far away from my people, but I'll be meeting new friends. I'll be blessed with this great opportunity. Like sometimes I sit back and it really hits me. I'm like, a Division 1 school is like actually really big,
Yeah.
like an
Yeah.
Ivy League at that. So I mean, so much opportunity. I'm gonna go out there for however long, 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
Put my all into it, no matter what, of course.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
And trust me, me and Jay are gonna be rooting for you all the way, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, always. So, you're a three-star athlete, man. You're very successful in all three sports. Like I said, football, you got Offensive Player of the Year. Basketball, you're making a run at a championship. You also are a sprinter and a jumper, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, this kid does it all. Hey, how do you balance school, training, and being a team leader all at the same time?
Well, it's really just like make a checklist in your head, School always comes first. I pride myself in that. I work hard in school every day, pay attention in class and stuff like that. Try and stay on top of my work. So then when it gets to working out, and gets to training, gets to being a leader, uh, I have all the free time in the world. I get time to spend with my friends. It's really what it is. It's like just spending time with your friends, and I want them to be great. They want me to be great. So, I mean, I feel like that's the natural thing as a leader. If you just want the people around you, your peers, to be great. So that's what you go out there and do.
All right. Dang, I like that. So, I'm new to San Pedro, but the one thing I can tell you is your name is a very familiar name around the city. What does it mean to you to represent the city of San Pedro the way you have over the time in your 4 years there?
Honestly, I mean, I think it's a really great feeling. Growing up here, came here when I was 3 years old, moved in with my stepdad. Uh, gave me a big opportunity to feel like it's home. Everybody knows everybody around here, and people knowing my name so much is like really crazy to me. Like, it doesn't hit me sometimes, because sometimes I'll just be walking around in the hallways. I'm just a regular guy. I just say what's up to random people. But I mean, nowadays people like walk up to me, freshmen walk up to me at school knowing who I am, and it's kind of
Yeah,
crazy. But I mean, it's really just a reflection of how my parents raised me,
that's
a
right.
reflection with the guidance of God that He's been giving me, and I just try to be a good person, because I know, like, if people who are younger than me need someone to look up to, I hope they look up to me, because it's really your community is everything, especially when you're growing up and trying to go somewhere bigger. Like, your
Yeah,
community is always going to be there. They're always going to support you and stuff like that. So having that support is bigger than you'll ever know.
absolutely. I love that answer.
That's a
Man,
great
yeah,
answer.
Jay, this kid, I didn't know we were good. So we've had some players on here that are like wise beyond their years,
Yeah.
but he got it. You
Yeah.
you got it, bro. You're good. Mama and Papa,
Appreciate you.
well done.
Yeah,
Well done.
they're wonderful.
Is there any speech classes at San Pedro? You're very good at just kind of elaborate on your points and not stuttering too much and just getting across the point. So I like that.
Yeah,
Very good.
articulate.
Nah, I
That
mean,
student athlete.
I just like talking to people. I enjoy
Yeah, yeah,
talking to
for
my
sure.
teachers and talking to my classmates. Like, even in class, like, I've always been the one. At first, I was really scared to like do presentations and stuff like that, but
Okay.
I grew out of it. But like, people know who I am, so I might as well embrace it. Talk and you know
Yeah.
show people that I'm smart.
Yeah, get ready for that D1 life, man, because you're gonna be in
Yeah,
front of a camera, and you are very intelligent. I don't cuss very often, and I'm gonna let this one go. With it, man. Like, I'm
I
proud of you,
appreciate
man.
you.
Like, for real. Like, I really like and appreciate the way you articulate yourself. That is legit.
I
So,
appreciate you.
for any young man that's out there, like, that's they, this is somebody you need to look up to. Like, this is where you want. If this is where you want to go, where he's going, this is where you need to be at this point, because college coaches definitely look at it and they see if you're not articulate or you can't conduct yourself in a manner that's appropriate for the program, they will not take a chance on you.
It's true.
Yeah, I think he unknowingly mentioned like a selling point of just like you'll get what I mean when I say it, but we often have these parents choose to send their kids to a school out in Chatsworth, out in Bellflower, out over there in the Trinity League, where will they have success? Yes, but to them, that name will just be another statistic. It'll just be another one. Oh, another 4 star, another 3 star, another guy we sent D1. You stay at your home school, like San Pedro, you'll be known as a hometown hero, as sorts. You stay not even city section. Just there's a ton of schools in the southern section that get poached as well. So just he
Yeah.
unknowingly had like a nice little selling point to like, man, you don't gotta go out to these big juggernauts to get looks, to go to a great academic institution, to go D1, to be known as a hero rather than just another guy. Oh, another guy sent D1. Big deal.
Yep.
We sent
Yeah.
five last year.
I
So a
mean,
little bit of
really, my
selling point
biggest
in my
thing,
eye.
my biggest thing was really just trying to put the city on the map. Like, I mean, I had the ability to do so, so why not have the people behind me or even people that didn't get looked at as much before me, why not put Pedro on the map? People will look at Pedro more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Your season didn't end the way you might have wanted it to. Can you walk us through the emotions of the last two games? And what are your biggest takeaways from those tough two losses?
I mean, my emotions, of course I was down, I wanted the league championship. I wanted to go far in playoffs and stuff like that, but I mean, if those games didn't happen, I don't think I'd be able to like play football in the future because you have to lose at some point. You can't always win. And once you go to bigger schools or something like that and you lose and you don't know what losing feels like, then it like shows you what your character really is. So I feel like the losing built adversity for me and for my teammates and for people in the future just to like realize that all mistakes, I wouldn't call them mistakes, but all losses, there's little mistakes that you could build on and you could learn from. And adversity is really just really hit. So you got to learn from it and keep going.
Very true. Very true. Because to go out like that, like the rival game, I know that one was like, that one was devastating. It was just like, ugh. And then the following one was just like, hey, well, what
could you do?
What could you do, right? Like you're just at one of those points and you're just like, well, at least we made a good run. So the outlook on it is awesome because not too many people will look at it that way. So that's pretty cool to hear that.
My next question is going to be one I'm really looking forward to ask because I know Mr. Redlew is going to have a great answer for me. My question is, if you had any advice for the underclassmen that are to follow, what would your words of advice be?
My words of advice would be, of course, number one, work hard in everything you do, training sessions, in school, even outside of school, like sleeping. Get your sleep, especially in high school. Get your sleep in.
Yeah.
Drink water, all those things. Listening's a big part of it. You got to listen to your coaches, listen to teachers, listen to your environment. You learn a lot from that just by listening. I'd say the second most important is asking questions. I feel like the jump from, I'd say like my freshman year to senior year, the biggest thing I seen in that is asking questions. If I didn't ask questions, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I always would pick my offensive coach's brain, and I wanted to know like what he wanted me to do better or what happens at the next level that I could do better. And I think that really helped me improve. And then most importantly, have fun. Have fun. Because my coach, my freshman year, he was like, this football stuff, high school is all going to fly by so fast. And I'm busy, of course, playing 3 sports and stuff like that. So it flew by so fast. I blink, I'm a senior, senior night. All these people are under me and like are learning things that I learned so long ago. And I feel like if you don't have fun while you're doing it, then it's just a waste of time. Like not many people get the opportunity to play football or play sports in general.
Yeah, that is actually that's a very good piece of advice. And I appreciate that because we didn't really have people we had some people tell us that, right? But it was always adults. So the fact that how things have changed over time and people are peer-to-peer advice is more accepted is something really cool to see. So I'm glad you're able to set that example and give that advice. My last question before we wrap it up. And I know, so when I ask this, I don't want anybody at the school to get mad. Don't come trying to beat up Coach Paul. This is just, I want to know, because there's somebody that I saw last year, and I just want to see if the name's the same. It could be different, so I may be getting put on somebody, so don't get mad. In your opinion, who is the next receiver from San Pedro that is going to pick up where you left off?
I mean, I feel like if you're from San Pedro, you already know the answer. Jackson Brown, of course, you know.
Yeah.
He puts in so much work.
Yeah.
He takes so much time out of his days and trying to get better at what he does. He plays offense and defense, you know. He felt like a natural leader too. Like he felt like my little brother. I took him to his first camp. It felt great, you know, seeing him ball out of the camp and playing with him this season was like really showed me like brotherhood. And I feel like he knows what he has to do next year. He's gonna ball out and put the city on the map more than I would, more than I ever could, you know.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Jay, you got anything else?
Just a lot of gratitude. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Really
Appreciate you.
appreciate it over here.
Appreciate
Hey,
you too.
so we definitely are totally grateful for you being here. We want to say thank you to all our subscribers. We thank you for tuning in. For anybody that's new, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notifications for the next episode. We want to thank our sponsors, Never Waver Apparel, Black Market Chicken, and if it's the wrong way, hey, I did it again. Until next time, thank you for joining the On the Map podcast. Peace.
Peace.